So what is my background to be able to explain this? Well, first, I after coming to the Lord, I was 15 and helping with worship and youth group. At age 18, I went on to go do a 3-year specialized degree at Multnomah University, or as it was called Multnomah Bible College at the time, Multnomah School of Bible actually. A very well-known, non-denominational, one of the top 3 in the United States for now 50 years. Very solid. All of the teachers come from Dallas Seminary or Dallas Theological Seminary, usually Denver, so it's a really top school for education. 3-year specialized degree called an associate's degree in biblical studies, and I did an additional 4th year, which allowed me to get the bachelor's degree in theology and Bible. Okay, then went on afterwards to. During that time, I also was on staff at Beaverton. I have a wide experience in different church denominations of the Protestant denominations because I moved a lot overseas. So can't always find a church that's your home church or denominations. You have to live; those are closer, or whatever denomination. So I grew up as a teenager, and for 10 years I was on staff, paid staff for Beaverton Foursquare, Church of the Foursquare denomination. And had different roles there. I started actually as a church janitor to pay for my education for Bible school, but actually did have some roles in volunteer roles for 5 years in the youth ministry. Very active in that, and participating for 5 full years at a very significant amount of part-time. Which also had an internship for a summer as an assistant pastor for the youth group, for the youth department. So that part of my studies, an intern for my degree. And then spent 2 years with the associate pastor for adult ministries, so adult single ministries. So I spent 2 years, preached, helped with worship, did a lot of even counseling with the group there. And then eventually, so those, and basically for a period of 10 years did those different things, okay, for Beaverton Foursquare. Then went on after my degrees, did another degree in French, and then went off to with Bible Christian Union as a missionary to be able to help in a summer camp there. And I've also helped, that was a summer camp with France Mission, which is a well-known mission in France, pretty well known. And also I've been on staff with France Mission at one of their newly planted churches on their volunteer staff as well. Okay, so that's there. And another significant one is Wycliffe Bible Translators in Summer Institute of Linguistics. They're pretty well known. 6,000 Bible translators across the world, linguists working in Bible translation in different languages, different indigenous languages. I spent 2 years as a short-term assistant with 2 different main roles. One was to be the guest department head of the sociolinguistics program in France for training missionaries in French to mainly go off to Africa. It was the same case as myself, and to start up and create from scratch the entire applied linguistics program, sociolinguistics program, and teach all the different modules for all the introduction to linguistics. So I did that, created all those from scratch, taught the students, and then came back and helped advise, just basically created the department. And I did that. And then going on for the 2 years, I was a research member for working in Creole languages for the Caribbean. It was part of my master's and my doctoral degrees in Creole languages, which I worked on. And I was assisting basically research for one of the Bible translation projects in the Caribbean for that period of time. So that's a number of things. For different churches, I've been part of the Evangelical Free Church, participated significantly for 2 years in one in America, and helping that with leading worship, preaching, etc., helping different roles, ministry. And then for 2 actually in France, also about Evangelical Free Church, based in 4 years, lived in the Lyon area, and helped in the same kind of roles there. So that Evangelical Free Church of Christ for 2 years, working there, doing the same types of roles, leading worship, preaching, assisting different roles, even help with the music ministry on all the licensing music and all those kinds of things. The most important kind of significant chunk of time was with the Baptist churches, of the Conservative Baptist missions, which is now called World Venture, for all the missions they had sent to France, That's just called the Baptist Alliance. Okay, so for the whole parish there, it's actually all across, spread across France now. But for that period of time, for about 12 years, was part of on different roles, leading worship, preaching, leading the service, lots of different roles in several and participate in several different churches of that association or alliance of churches of the Baptist Association. And then more recently, lastly, is for the Anglican Church, or Church of England churches, but in the Anglican Communion. I've been attended a church that's been about 4 or 5 years now, and I've been on a church warden so for that Anglican church, and was asked to actually come in, but I was a non-Anglican, and that had to get a special approval, and basically based on all this experience, that did help quite a bit. Also was the vice president or vice chair of the church for that period as well. And then later on went on to become a confirmed Anglican as well, so that's my background in that.